Now we are moving towards a very current topic, which is artificial intelligence. Now, in these days, if you ignore technological change in a financial system based upon technology, it is almost like a mouse who is starving to death because someone moved their cheese. The mouse is looking for the cheese. So you have to really be abreast and keep yourself aware of all the latest technological changes. And we have a very young speaker, but an expert speaker, I can say, CA Adarsh Madrecha, and he'll be guiding us upon drafting in MS Word, Excel, and also how to use automation in tracking litigation changes. And to introduce him, we have CA Vaishnavi Joshi with us. So Vaishnavi, please.
Hello everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Sure.
Okay. So I will briefly introduce C. Adarsh Madreja. He is a visionary in the fields of automation and technology. Adarsh has an impressive career, having previously led system audits um, in EY for 7 years. He is now the CEO of Madreja Solutions. This is a software company serving prestigious clients. Some of the clients are Adani, Aditya Birla, Wipro, Oberoi, and Mahindra Group. Jambu, this is his grandchild, which is a software for tax litigation, and it is used by over 150 corporate houses and more than 1,500 CA firms, which is quite commendable. Adarsh, a qualified chartered accountant, CISA and DISA qualified, has conducted over 100 seminars on topics ranging from tax litigation automation and supply chain to cybersecurity, office management, system controls, Excel, and Power Query. His passion for sharing knowledge began at the young age of 20, and today he continues to inspire and educate professional careers across industries. His today's topic will be drafting in MS Word using AI, Excel functions, and automation in tracking litigation. AI is really current topic, and all of us CAs can use it and how to use it wisely and efficiently. I call CA Adarsh Mandrecha to guide us and to enlighten us on the topic. I also call CA Nidhi Lalpuria to give a memento as a token of our love and appreciation.
ये कनेक्टेड है ये चलेगा ना बस की हेलो एवरीवन गुड आफ्टरनून नहीं कुछ लोग सो रहे हैं मॉर्निंग ही ना okay let's start. So we have short time and I've been given three topics to cram up in next 1.5 hour or 2 hours or so. So let's start. As the topic were discussed, we will be covering drafting specifically right into MS Office Word itself. Okay, no need to jump between any AI tools. You have to just use the MS Office that we all are familiar with since long ages. Then we'll also be touching upon which are the new amazing Excel functions which are available, which if you are hearing for the first time, you will be amazed that Excel can now do all those amazing stuff. And at the end, we will be sharing some tips and tricks and concluding with how we can automate our litigation tracking. So quick disclaimer, whatever tools that we are discussing today, many of these tools are paid tools. So use your professional skepticism while choosing any of these services. And as with AI, you have to always verify what the output is showing before sending it to the clients. So we'll be discussing some good insights. We will have some live demos. We'll also see how to use a particular tool and some tips and tricks. So let's start with our first topic, that is drafting in MS Office. So what you need to get started. So there will be some buttons that you'll be seeing it on the screen, which if you go back to your office tomorrow and open MS Word, that button may not be there. So what is the prerequisite that you need to have is you need to have your MS Office subscription. So what does MS Office subscription mean? So earlier we used to have MS Office as a standalone product where it used to release every 3 years. So it started this journey back in 2007, where we had MS Office 2007, then we had 10, 13, 16, so on. Now MS Office is pushed as more of a yearly subscription. So you need to have that yearly subscription, and then just few months ago, they have renamed this MS Office 365 to Microsoft 365 subscription. So that's a small difference. So if you search MS Office, so we are talking about Microsoft 365 subscription now. It is no longer called MS Office subscription. Okay. So if you open your Word and if you go to the accounts option, so on the left hand side you will have that accounts option. Here you will be able to see that there is an active subscription on specific email ID that you have entered. So you can check this subscription is active. You also have to check in your about section. This could be your Word, PowerPoint, Excel, anything. On the bottom, you will be able to see the year and the month combination. So here you can see we have 2502 mentioned here. So this means February 2025 ka latest version is currently on this PC when I took this screenshot. Then I can see that on the top, which are the modules which are available. So apart from standard Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Notepad, and all those, at the last, it will definitely have Copilot. Okay. So what we'll be discussing is the feature of Copilot in MS Word. So how many of you have heard about Copilot? Perfect. How many of them used it in MS Word? Few. Nice. I can see about 10% have used it. Fantastic. Let's see if I can add some things more. And we would love your feedback also, so that you can share it with other audience as well. And we will have that interactive session. So what is the underlying thing in Copilot is GPT 4.0. So you have a very capable model running inside Copilot, and there are few extra things on top of GPT 4.0. And the best part is you don't have to switch context. Within the same window, you'll be able to make changes to your Word documents, ask it anything. We will see all those live demos. So what it can do for you. So when I was creating this slide, I had put a couple of 2 or 3 pointers. Then I went to Microsoft Bing and I told it that what can Copilot do? Create an image for me. And this is the amazing image that it generated. I just copy pasted that same image here. Right. We are living in an age where this AI models can generate amazing videos, photos, as well as the text, of course, what we have been working upon. Amazing iconography, right? If even I would have spent an hour to create just these icons, it would have been not so amazing. So let's take an example of all these 4 options that it can do. First, it will help me to create some document on the go where I don't have document at all. It's a fresh new Word file. So I can use the create functionality of MS Copilot, where I can write a prompt that write me an NDA for employees of a software company Of course, the prompt has to be a little bit more than that, but this is an example of how to start a new file and just get it going. Then you can use the edit functionality to rewrite some text. As an example could be rewrite the text to be more concise, or rephrase it in more legal language, expand it, make it shorter. All those will be an edit thing. Then you could use it to catch up. So what are the key points in this document? So these are some questions you can ask it. So this is where you would feel that it is much more than just the underlying GPT 4.0, where it will be able to understand the context of that particular document, because GPT 4.0 does not have context of that Word document that you're working upon, right? This will have it. So you can ask it to generate the key points for the documents and all those things. Or you can ask some questions on top of it, which is kind of catch up, but slightly different, because I'm asking it more specific questions. Okay. So say suppose I have an agreement open in my Word document, I can ask me, give me the risk considerations for this agreement from a point of view of first part. Maybe my client is my first part in that agreement. It could be a partnership agreement, it could be a new MOU, all those examples. You have a very good grasp of things by just asking this prompt. So let us see few examples before we jump into the live demonstration. So as an example, I can write, what does this document say about? This is a good prompt to have, and we'll be sharing this slide with you, because I have some few slides which I would love you to make a note of and use it whenever you are prompting AI model. Not just specifically to Copilot, but any AI model. So you don't have to take notes if it is appearing on the slide. So these slides will be shared by the study circle. So start with these kinds of inputs, where you can say, what does the document say about, and then type what you would like to know about. Or you can say, explain this document in 3 sentences, summarizes it very well. List the pros and cons of, and then type that out. Who are the key stakeholders? If it's a long agreement, then what all throughout the agreement there could be multiple peoples we are talking about. Say suppose there is a real estate development agreement, so there will be multiple parties involved in that. So how we can quickly identify to start with? It's a 20-page long agreement. So helping me identify which are the key stakeholders, what are the names which are mentioned there. What is the relationship between them? I can go and ask all these questions. Then of course is summarize this document. This is helpful for 2-page, 3-page document, and just help me quickly generate a paragraph out of it. Or I can say high level overview and specify the benefits out of it. So let us see an example. So what we'll do is I'll just go and open a Word. Duplicate the screen. I'll have to reshare the screen because we are recording this session. Okay, perfect. So I'll click on new blank document. Okay. Then this is the MS Word. Seems familiar? Okay, so we are awake. So this is the Copilot new button, which if you have the MS Office subscription, which is already available, click on it, and then we will be able to ask it to do few things for us. So let us see an example that what I have done here. This has not understood that I want to shift F5 once again. This is better. Now we are mirroring the screen. So now if I want to create any new document, I cannot have a single paragraph. So if you are starting with a fresh new document, always have uh, a big paragraph written what exactly you want to write about. So I told it, write a letter that summarizes the key developments in the financial markets over the past week in Indian context. So first is you have to always start what you want to do. So I'll say write a letter. So it will be in a letter format, kind of an email format, right? It's a letter. Then I would have to tell them what is the context. So it is the Indian context. So it will just give me the information from an India standpoint of view. Then I would say what all things it should contain. The letter should cover major market movements, significant economic events, and any potential implications for their investments. Further, I would add that suggest any immediate actions or adjustments if necessary. So let us see what it generated. So this is the generation. A few points to note is it has automatically formatted the content for me. So if you're using ChatGPT, then you will have to again reformat the document. So this is another benefit that you get. And we will see. Okay, so let us read through a few important aspects here. And every time it will generate new things. So I wanted to pre-create it. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time to generate a document. Hence, I have already created it. But trust me, this works. Okay. And a small point to add here is whenever you are generating this, so if I go to home and if I go to Copilot, you have an option of manage content preference. So you have to keep this web content on. See, so there are two modes to it. If I keep it on, then Copilot will go and search the web and then identify the information. If I turn this off, it will only answer till its knowledge cutoff point. I hope you have attended a couple of more sessions in AI in the past. So you know that AI models are trained and they have a cutoff training period, right? When I say enable web content, it means that it will go do a search on the internet, identify all those information, and then give me the answer. No, this is not search engine, right? Search engine will just give me the list of things, right? It will actually create this document for me. It will go visit all the pages, okay, and then help me create this document.
So it's inclusive of search.
It is doing research for me, I can say. Yes. So it is more of a research tool if I have enabled web search component and then ask him to create some documents. Okay. So it has identified that weekly market object. What is the subject of that letter? Dear recipient name and all those things. And since it's a letter format, it starts with a salutation. I hope this message finds you well. If I would have told me that create it in a report format, then this particular paragraph would not be there. It will have a different starting point. Then it has identified what are the market movements. So this week, Indian market experienced strong rally with Nifty 50 and Sensex indicating best weekly gains since February 2021. That's an amazing insight, right? If you are not following the market, then you might not even know that, acha, since long time, this is a first time that in a week we had such an amazing gain. So if I would be researching myself, I may not have identified this nuance. Okay.
This is a 4-year period, 21 to 25.
Yes, since
increase the period on our own.
You put it in the prompt. You put it in the prompt that do all these things here. So currently you mentioned I shown you the prompt, right? I told
Since 21. Can we say since 2011? Can we
we will see that. That's a good question. So keep those questions flowing through all your suggestions, thoughts. We will try it, right? So in a minute, I'll try it. Then it identified the economic events that have happened. It gave me the implications for the investments, okay, and the recommended actions. So this was a little bit croaking for me when I showed it to my dad because he is more into investment, and he said that this is a very good insight because that's the exact thing he would have thought of looking at the last 1 week trend, where he's saying that the gold allocation and monitoring the global trends and portfolio review. This is good way to have it. So that's the answer here. Now let's move to, before I move to the Word NDA file, let us ask sir का question था कि हाँ, so let me say that I'll select this, and on the left hand side you can see I have an option of rewrite with Copilot. So, and there's a keyboard shortcut Alt I. So you can click and you will say visualize as table. Some information can be visualized better in table. Maybe this is not a good one, but in order to demonstrate, let us click on visualize as a table. Okay, so this is how it will give me the answer. Okay, then I would like to add other things. So whenever the Copilot creates any documents, I'll have to always say either keep it or further improve upon it. So on the bottom side, you can see this. So here it says that I want to keep it, replace it, or delete it before I move on to the next thing. So currently I'll delete it because this is not the best way to present the information, but you can always create this table. I'll click this and I will say write a prompt. I'll say tell me about the market movement or compare this performance from 2000, which year you would like to confirm. Okay, 2000 से. And here you can see a paragraph. Comparing this performance to 1995, the Indian markets faced a different landscape in 1995, still developing, less participation and all those things. So quick thing that you can always add, further improve upon. Okay. Now let us see an example of writing a fresh document as an NDA format. Okay. So this is an actual document which we created about 2 months back in our company. And this was the first draft the Copilot created. There are few modifications that we made, and hopefully we'll be able to demonstrate few changes here and there. But this is an amazing way to start creating all these documents, because this will help us to show to the client that, okay, this is something new that we are always creating the document. See, sometimes what happens is that if the client comes and says that, okay, help me create this, we are just copy pasting the information from our previous assignments, right? So chances are that we are not improving upon our existing. So अगर document को 4 years पहले create हुआ है, so there's always a scope of improving upon, right? So why not use it? It's just a click away. And the specific thing that I did here in this prompt is that I said that create it in more comprehensive manner. So this word comprehensive helped me to create much larger document. So here you can see this is a non-disclosure document. Yeah, I've just come through it. And this is almost 4 pages. Amazing, right? Just one prompt where I have just mentioned that it has to be more comprehensive, and it has created this 4-page document. Yes, please.
Yeah. So when you said that we would be using a previous draft and probably taking the numbers or things and all. So if I get another document done through Copilot, before I will be able to actually compare the previous document and the current document and tell me what all things are missed out from the previous document?
Yes, yes, option is available. So I'll give you a very good example. So this time, few months, October month, I think it was, where we were creating this director's report for our annual filing, right? So we had a couple of second year interns. We asked them that you both independently create director's report, okay? And we told them that create it in more detailed manner because the client was impressed with our last year's document and he may go for a IPO in next 2 years. So all those having those documents of the previous years is always good, right? Because the investor might read it after a couple of years. So you wanted to spend more time there. So interns ko bola, okay, they have created good document, okay. Then they said that, okay, who is this better one, okay, and who have created it more granular, and almost 3.5 page document it was, and the numbers were mentioned and all those things. So it will take me more time to now review it, right? Agar I have to do a good job. So what I did, I opened up. ठीक है, मैंने Copilot use नहीं किया, but I just did go to the GPT and said that this is the first document and this is the second document. Help me merge all the documents and tell me that which are the extra points covered in document number 1. Tell me the extra points which are covered in document number 2 and show me. And finally also help me to create the merged one. So there were a couple of good insights. I could not I cannot show it here because that was on my office separate account where we have a paid license of GPT. But it was an amazing thing. So what it does is it understands paragraph by paragraph and do that diffing. So this is a very good example to use tools to do that.
Is there an option where we can actually upload the two files and
Yes, yes, yes. We uploaded it.
Okay.
You don't have to copy paste it. You upload those two Word documents and do it.
Is there an option in Word also compare that document? Because we see comparison of both the files.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. So if I would like to tell you how it would be done. So you have an option of upload the files from the document. Just provide that two document number 1, document number 2, and then ask it to do that comparison and consolidate it. See, if you are looking at that kind of word by word, this may not be the right tool because it does the comparison from a contextual point of view कि उसमें वो point cover किया है. So let us see this Word document, the NDA, and what are the changes we did in our final documents using Copilot itself. So at the first go, this is the first full draft it was able to do. The additional points I mentioned, created comprehensively. Another point I mentioned is that my team members cannot join any compete within Mumbai region for a period of 1 year. This is the extra point I provided from my side. And I told them it has to be within the Indian legal framework. So these are the extra things we prompted, and it created this information. And of course, I told him that my software company is this company name, and it did that. So I did not have to tell them that, okay, creating that structured format. It has already done that definitions, scope of confidentiality. It has already created that section. Another good point is it automatically added that breaks. You can see above definition, there's a small line. So these small nuances are very good, right? And it created that definition in that capital format. That's another good thing because if you are printing this, these all things will matter, right? I don't have to spend too much time on formatting and all those things. And since it's a legal document, I might refer these points as a 2.1 right? So it has added those points as well. So I can refer it in a clause format, correct? Non-disclosure obligation, non-compete provision, and this was the paragraph it created. The employee agrees that during their employment and for a period of 1 year following the termination from the employment for any reason, they shall not directly or indirectly engage in a business that competes the company within the Mumbai region. Right? That's a good framing, right? And it says that for the purpose of this agreement, engage in includes but is not limited to serving as an employee, consultant, contractor, partner, or any advisory capacity from any competitor. This maybe a fresher would have missed it, because when I say that, okay, you cannot join it as an employee, what our Indian mind would say that, अच्छा मैं as an employee नहीं join करूँगा, as a contractor join करूँगा. Agreement में मुझे क्या बोला है, employment नहीं कर सकता, right? So it understands that, okay, what I was trying to do, and since this is an agreement, it has to cover other areas as well. So it has done this 4.2, which was very good, right? And 4.3 was further agrees not to assess any competitive, any capacity that may directly affect the business interest of the company. It's a good to have. But 4.2 was a very good one. Then there were intellectual property and termination, remedies, dispute resolution. Yeah. So dispute resolution, I thought that why we need these 3 points. So we could just summarize it in small way, because a dispute word to my team members might seem like कि अगर कंपनी के साथ झगड़ा हो गया तो इतना सब कुछ करना है. So I thought let's summarize. So I would say auto rewrite, and it will rewrite. Okay. So in this situation where I'm just using rewrite, yeah, any questions? No. Okay. So when I'm using this auto rewrite, what it does is it will just reframe it if you are written on your own. So say suppose you're just typing it out with all the grammatical mistakes, feel free to just put your thoughts here and then click on auto rewrite. So auto rewrite will understand what you're trying to write and correct your grammar, and more importantly, it will know that what is the type of document that you're writing. So if it's a report, it will keep that report format. You don't have to prompt it. That's the time saving that you're talking about, right? Every time if I have to prompt it, it is not Copilot. Then you're just using a GPT or any LLM. So this auto rewrite will fix your spellings. Don't be very weird about writing in gibberish. But if you are making couple of spelling mistakes, it will be able to correct it, and it will do a fabulous job in picking up the right words and construct that sentence in a way which resonates the language that you have been working upon. So if it's a book that you're writing upon, then it will use that format. So just click and say rewrite, and it will just do it for you. Another way of looking at it is that if you have already given an agreement to the client, and then the client is coming after a couple of years, and you would like to keep that work that you have done with the client, but not just copy paste it, then you can use rewrite, which will just reframe the sentences. That's another way to avoid plagiarism. So if you are writing essay or all those things can help you with avoiding the copy paste, but still using your effort that you have already done it in the past. So that's one thing that I would like to specify. And rewrite will always give you minimum 2 or 3 options. So here you can see I have said rewrite with Copilot, and it has given me 3 things. I'll just zoom in a little bit. This is the one of 3. I can go and say, show me the next one. This is another version of it, and further next one I can say. And then I can say just replace it, and it will replace the existing content. Or if I would like to further make the changes, refer it, I can always say insert below. If I'm not happy with what it created, then I can say regenerate, or I can say what are the exact changes I need to make it. So here I can say that instead of 3 statements, 3 points. Then it is drafting. So I can say rewrite with Copilot, and now it has given me fourth option because I have prompted it, right? कि इस तरह से चाहिए. And I'll say just replace. Now it's better. In case of any dispute related to agreement, the parties will first try to resolve it through friendly negotiation. If the dispute is not resolved, it will be submitted to arbitration according to this, and the arbitration will take place in Mumbai, and proceedings will be in English. Simple, right? Lot of time saving. Now I would love to have all your questions thrown specifically to this aspects, like or if you have already been using it, you can share with your fellow friends, colleagues, that what I may have missed, and if you have seen that, okay, this is another use case which helps you, please share. So, okay, I'll repeat the question. Or you would like to repeat this, please?
Does the ChatGPT can identify OCR or scanned document to run its analysis on?
Yes. So I'll give you a different context to it. Yes. So what it can be very good at specifically is, say suppose the client has got passbook and it has sent you a photo of the passbook. Okay. Now in order to quickly analyze it, we will have to convert it into a tabular structure, right? Then it can only we can work it in Excel, right? So this is the place where you can use AI tools to quickly convert it into a tabular format. Another use case is that if you're working on your PC, okay, and you see a photo, okay, now you need to quickly copy paste it. Say suppose you were at an event today, tomorrow you are scrolling through your Google Photos, and you saw one of your person whom you met, and his visiting card is available. Okay, now you would like to maybe send him an email, correct? So it's a photo. So in order to save time, you would like to copy paste that email ID, right? So this is where your tools within Windows is helpful. So let us pick up an example. I'll just go to this. Okay, Google Photos, visiting card. Image. No, I did not. Photo nahi mila. Okay, let us. Okay, so maybe this is a photo. Okay, we can try it out. Nothing to use Copilot, but I'll just show you which are the functionalities available within the Windows laptop itself. No subscription required. You have used snipping tools. Snipping tools is what? For screenshots. So if you have not, since I see many people saying no, I'll just show you. In your Windows search, you go and search SNI snipping tools. Okay, so this is a replacement for your print screen. So I can always click here and I can take a screenshot, and I can just select that what is the screenshot I would like to take. This is the screenshot I take. Okay, now it will open up and I can make some circling and all those things. Okay, what? Not photo editor. Not photo editor. I will say not exactly photo editor, but yeah, a quick way to take cropped screenshots and all those things. What we have, I'm coming to that. Now I would like to copy the content from this photo, right? This is the text actions. This is a new thing which is available. New to nahi abhi, almost it's been a year or so. So you can always click on this text action. You can see on the top, text action. You click on it and it will do OCR right on your PC. Okay, and you can just go and say, okay, I would like to just copy this aspect, copy, and it's available now. If I just go to Notepad, and I can just paste it. Yeah, this is how it is helpful. Now, if you have few things that I would like to just copy paste. So say suppose you are reading a book and you found a good paragraph that you would like to quickly copy paste. Just take a photo, just get it to the snipping tools and do an OCR on top of it. So these are the things which are available in your Windows PC itself. So our phones, you saw it got intelligent, right? So Windows PC is also getting intelligent, but just that is that we are spending so much time on our phone that we don't go and actually utilize these functionalities in our Windows PCs. Yes, sir, we have questions.
Snapshot that we are taken. You want to attach it to the mail directly without saving it. Can we do that?
Yes, yes. Yeah, you can always do copy. Here you have this copy button.
Attach it as the file, not as the control C control V.
That depends upon your email client. Okay. So your email client will determine how that thing is picked up as your from your clipboard. See, what this tool is doing is placing that file in a clipboard.
Okay.
Now, if you go and paste it in your Outlook, it will identify that how I can best send it. So if it is an image in my clipboard, Outlook will go and put it in the email body. If you are using some another email, maybe say Thunder Client. So Thunder Client, at least the older versions, used to always attach all those documents, any document, as an attachment only. It will not put it in the email body. So that is a function of your email tool that you're using.
Okay. The same as Google Lens.
Yes, it is kind of same as Google Lens, but the benefit here that you get is this is doing completely offline, while the Google Lens requires internet connection.
Sir, when we are approving a document or enhancing purpose of the file, concern for the confidentiality or should we remove hide the name of the file?
That's a very valid question. So, what Microsoft, I was going to come to why we should use Copilot rather than this is Copilot terms versus ChatGPT terms, their privacy policy. So Copilot terms clearly states that no information that you use in MS Office. Okay, so there is a slight difference. You can use Copilot on your Bing as well. If you go to the Bing website, which is similar to Google, there also you have an option of Copilot. There, if you put information, then that is not governed by your MS 365 subscription. So if you use Copilot in your Office 365 subscription, then no information is being stored and will be seen by the human eyes. And this information will not be used to train any AI model. So this will have more privacy than your other chat-based LLM solutions like ChatGPT and all those things. So it is safe to do this on your PC because nothing is being stored on third party, and this is a more private setup. Having said that, there would be, see, if you are coming from more corporate there, and if you have a subscription which is provisioned by your say foreign counterparts, your MNC, where MS Office subscription is not purchased by the Indian entity, and in those scenarios, the IT administrator can turn off or on certain features. So for example, search from web. This specifically sends some part of the document to the internet to ask it more question. So if they don't want their employees to send some part to Bing search, then they can turn off that feature. So if you are working with a document where you feel it is confidential, okay, specifically more confidential, then in your Copilot on that button, you click turn off web features so that no query is sent to the search engine. See, in order to answer your question, right, some searches may be triggered. So if you are feeling that अब वो search कहाँ हो रहा है Bing में, and Bing always saves searches, right? It is not sending confidential information, but it is still sending the search strokes. So some might think that अच्छा ये this is still violating my privacy because I still want it only on my PC. Then you can turn off that web feature and still use it.
That case will not get the desired.
See, that depends. No? What you're trying to do. If you're trying to work upon your existing document, then it is confidential information, right? If it is a blank document, so the confidential है नहीं ना कुछ है नहीं. We are start to write it, right? Then you turn on the web feature. No? Any further more questions? Then we'll still have a few more things to discuss about Copilot, and then we'll move to Excel and last part. So any few more questions? Anything? So, yes.
Can we give instructions? Or we have got like legal sites and all. And you want to give instructions to Copilot, like you go to this site where I've got a subscription, and then extract data and give it to me over here, or insert it over here.
Website itself gives you all this.
No. Suppose you have to do a lot of search in that. In the subscribe, all sites will not give you all options. Maybe this may be a better way to extract, like in a summarized form. And the site will not give you things in a summarized form. Maybe.
So as of now, not the perfect tool. Copilot is not the perfect tool. But then you have, if you have heard the news, at least Indians are pronouncing it as Manus. You have heard the name, Tom? No. So it's called as Manas, like man-us, but what's the in pronunciation? We are from Maharashtra, we'll call it as Manus. So it's a AI tool which is created on top of many things. Okay. So what it's trying to do is, say suppose you have to book your airline ticket. Okay. So what you need to do is go to the website. Okay. Do a couple of searches. You will most likely at least look at 3-4 websites, right, before booking a flight, where you compare the prices. You prefer evening flight, so you will at least go and search on Make My Trip, Clear Trip की क्या prices है. Couple of coupon codes भी डाल के देखेंगे, right? And then we book it. Everyone. So how can AI automate that? Because your LLMs cannot, right? So what these tools are doing is that they can take control of your PCs. So they can do things on your behalf. Okay. So you have say Clear Trip ka already login on your PC, right? So the tool does not have to go and re-log in, right? It's already there on your PC. It will just open up cleartrip.com or any that you specify. Go and search Bombay to Delhi evening flights. What is the price? Go and do a search on another website. And whatever best it finds, it will go fill up the information for you, and even till the time it will take you to the payment page. So all those things are getting now possible. If you would have asked me this question maybe 6-7 months ago, I would say no, does not exist a tool which will take control of your PCs and do everything. But now these companies are now making that possible. It will. That's the whole point. No? That's why you don't have these tools commercially available. These are called as still research tools, because people have to still figure out what I would like to give it access and what I don't want to give it access. There's always a scope, right? That AI tool will go rogue, because these are all you don't know. No, it's probabilistic. So it might go and make the payment for you, and it instead of selecting the best option, it selected the most highest priced payment, and instead of clicking on economy, it selected business class. Correct. So all those things are still to be answered.
You cannot give the final right. You can give the present, then you decide, okay, I want to do this.
That's what I'm saying. So what tools, some software company will have to go and build it for you. No? So then it is called as AI assisted tools, where you don't expect it to do everything automated, but you always tell them that after this step, ask me. So then it will still do many things for you, but it will still wait for a human input and then actually perform that action. So all those things are getting possible.
It cannot go beyond the 100
See, AI is probabilistic. I cannot say you don't go beyond my instructions. AI doesn't understand that. And that's what the problem with hallucination is, right? I can currently not use AI tools to help me identify the case laws for me, because AI tool will just hallucinate and create a case law which does not exist. So we are yet to, as a humanity, we are yet to solve a problem of a hallucination.
You will reach the same place like criminal made the order and they have followed up the order. Because the wrong orders were passed based on the wrong decision was submitted to the tribunal. They have called back the decision. This is what it is.
Yes, we will take that last question.
The working on Copilot, B2B basis, how long it will remain such?
It will always be there. At least what I seen is that you have to just scroll it and then it will always be there. At least I could not find a scenario where I had to refer to a history 30 or 40 days ago. It's use case ही नहीं है. Most likely what will happen is that you would like to see it कि परसों क्या किया था मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है. You can just see the history of the chat. So that's all the time we had for this question answer session. There's many things to cover. So we'll take a pause on the questions. Yeah. Now coming to the where other things we have this Copilot available. So it's everywhere. Like if you're in on your Windows machine. So this is your humble notepad. Okay. Where I can just select it and there's a Copilot here. This is the new functionality on the right hand side. You will have to log in your notepad as well now, and it will just help you with this. So I can just say select and I'll say rewrite, and then I can it will just do this for me. So the word I have mentioned is I have worked hard for the full year. I'm looking forward to a good increment, and it is rewriting it. I have put in a great deal of effort throughout the entire year. I am eagerly anticipating a substantial increase in my salary. Good. Another what I can do is I can change the tone. Okay, this is a drop down available where I can say that make it more persuasive. Okay, and I would need to have that more longer format. एक sentence में मजा नहीं आएगा, sir मानेंगे नहीं. Throughout the entire year, I have dedicated a significant amount of effort and hard work to my responsibilities. With this in mind, I am looking forward to a considerable rise in my salary that reflects my commitment and contributions. So you don't have to open a full-fledged Word document and start typing out. You can just do a notepad and it will help you out. A good way to quickly type in a WhatsApp message or something like that. So now comes the question on what is the cost of it? Paisa kitna lagega, right? That's a good question to have, right? Let me just change the distance to duplicate slideshow. So this is the MS Office subscription. This is a screenshot from the Microsoft page itself, taken a couple of days back. So this cost roughly 8,200 per year, where you can share this subscription to 6 people, and each 6 people can access it on 5 devices. So 30 PCs can get non-pirated version of MS Office for 8,200. If you some people might think, अरे मैंने तो subscription सस्ते में purchase किया था. Yeah, so they have recently increased the price. If you have paid for it some time back, then you are better off.
And a consumer Microsoft 365 you can Excel. I don't have to pay separately for that.
Yes. Correct. So you don't have to pay separately. You get Word, Excel, all those things. Personal is one single user. And this is 6 user. And all the licenses are always installable on 5 devices. Okay. So even the single user, the personal one, you can use it on 5 devices. But on the left hand side, that's my recommended option. You can put it on 6 users into 5 to make most of it.
Cloud storage है, हमारा subscription कितना होता है तो storage का होता है.
Yes. So it's a yearly thing, yeah. That's the fact of life now.
So that storage will be there for certain period.
Like you get a warning key, you have an option of downloading it and then otherwise they will delete it. You get that 20-30 days. So if you have purchased it earlier, so here you can see this is my Microsoft screen. So I had purchased it for 5,800. Currently they are charging me 6,200 every year.
And the storage they get the
Storage 1 TB.
but they get 60 inside.
So if you have purchased earlier, the price still remains more or less uh, consistent with what you're pricing and yearly wo increment hoga, just for that information. Then before this is my second time taking topic on this session. So there was a question from the audience that how many queries I can do. Okay, since drafting is not my everyday thing, so I was not aware, but yes, there is a limitation on how many things you can do in a month. So they provide 60 credits, and if you are doing light work, most likely this 60 credits will be enough throughout the month. But if you are into more heavy drafting every day using many queries, you might exhaust this, and then your answers will be dropping to smaller model. So your
You pay more. You give me 200, so how much extra do you?
there's an option. I'll come to that. So just keep this in mind that if after say 10-15 days you see that the quality of the answers have gone a little bad, you can always go to the Copilot and see your AI credits. So it will take you to this subscription page where you can see how many credits are available. This is another way of charging this is a marketing gimmick. So they are saying that okay, थोड़े दिन के लिए तो इतना तो available, and then you go for a Copilot Pro subscription, which currently I think is retailing for about 10 USD per month, or I guess 100 a year, 100 USD a year. That's a rough number, but you can always go and see because these amounts are always changing. Okay, how the competition charges it, all the companies have to adjust to that as well. Yeah. Now I would like to show a couple of more things before we move on to the next topic. So how much time we have, if we can get that? More to 45 minutes. Or anyone else? One. Okay, so thank you, thank you. So the other day, I was working on a document and I had this session planned. So I thought that let me just capture what are the things which I'm actually doing and show these examples. Okay. So this was the agreement where the blue color ones are the information which was already there, and yellow color ones is what Copilot helped me to improve upon. Okay, so in that agreement, this was the clause in that fees and payment terms that the client may deduct TDS at applicable rates. But I thought that if I'm creating an agreement, this is not the best terminology, right? So this is, I asked him, rewrite it in legal terminology. This is a small prompt I give. Okay, nothing more. The client is entitled to deduct tax deducted at source. It is expanding that full form. As per the prevailing rates mandated by the applicable tax laws, the service provider shall duly be informed of such deductions at the time of payment. The client shall furnish the appropriate TDS certificate to the service provider within the stipulated period as prescribed under the relevant tax regulation. That's a more legal language. So yeah, so this is the practical situations I thought good to share. Next is granted non-exclusive rights. So how can I reword it? I thought this is a better rewording. Then okay, this is that's all. So this was the live few things I would like to share. Another example I would like to give. What I did. Nirmala Sitharaman had given a budget speech. Okay, so this is the budget speech available on the ministry website that we have. So this is as an example I would like to give you that you can chat with the document. Okay, so if you have this PDF file, then I cannot open this PDF file in Word, right, directly. Most of the document that you would like to consume are in this PDF format. So what MS Word has functionality is you can directly go to a Word and you can say file, open, and you can directly open this PDF file. Okay, so Word has functionality to convert PDF to Word inbuilt into it. It is available since couple of years, definitely. So make use of it if you are not aware of doing that. It will not be able to work upon your scanned documents. Okay. So if it was created from another software to PDF, it will just revert it back to Word. Okay. So that functionality is always available here. So I converted that. It will take some time to convert. Sorry, sir.
Is there any Google Lens where you can convert this will scan document to your PDF?
Yes, we'll show that. Okay. So this is the PDF file converted into Word document. Now I have the Word document. I can go to Copilot, and since I want to have this information answered only from this document, I can go to manage content preference and I can turn this off. This is what I was talking about. If you feel that this is a important document, no information from this document should be even going to the web for web searches, you can just turn it off. Okay, now we can write a prompt. Since to save time, I'll just copy this and paste it. So what I'm asking is answer from this document. This is the prompt that we are asking. Answer from this document. If you cannot find the information, say you don't know. Okay. So this helps you to avoid that hallucination problem. What are the benefits announced for the state of Bihar? Okay. So the benefit that you get here and to avoid hallucination is that it will refer कि कौन से paragraph में ये बोला है. Okay. So this is a big file. I can scroll. This is like 14,000 words, 74,000 characters वगैरह. So if you cannot just upload this long file in your chat GPT, or it will have that limitation, right? Context ka limitation, how many tokens and everything. So this is a long file. Okay. 55 pages. Okay. 55 pages ka file hai, and how it can help me to quickly answer this question. So I'll just click enter, working for the response. Looking things over. So what this is doing, it is building an index of the Word file offline, okay, on my PC itself. So I have tested this on files even as large as 200 pages. Okay, so there's currently I cannot upload a 200 pages file and ask it question to the AI model. Either it will be too expensive because this ChatGPT Pro Plus gives you that option, but then I have that limitation, right? But here it is not sending the entire file to that AI model. What it is doing, it is chunking the files into smaller pieces, then it is searching for it, and then only those specific things are fed into the AI model. That's why it is better than GPT. And it can answer the information from much larger document. Let us see the answer. Let me zoom in a little bit. Zoom plus. Yeah. So this is the answer. So sure, I found some benefits announced for the state of Bihar in the document. First is the board that they have created, and the benefit here I'm getting is that it will tell me where this particular information has been fetched from. Okay, and I can just click on it and see that paragraph. And these were the information. So Greenfield Airport, Western Kochi, Canal Project, and all those things. Good, right? Good way to ask some questions on the document, and it will just jump you to that paragraph it is talking about. So you always know that it's easy to correlate कि हाँ वो सच है. With paragraph you can review it, and that's an important thing to do it when you know that this document you have to submit to the client. Because as I started the session, you have to always verify it, right? So what is the way to verify it? Only if you have correlation. ये paragraph कहाँ से आया? So you can correlate quickly and save time. Yes. हाँ, credits जाएगा because it's AI model is running ना in the back end. हाँ, so I'm yet to figure out कि exactly कब balance कम होता है because if you try to rewrite it after some queries the balance gets reduced by 1 and I could not find any documentation online where it says कि इतने करने के बाद एक credit कम होगा. So हाँ, so that's why I'm saying if it's a normal usage, most likely you will not be able to consume it fully. But if you have heavy writing, then you will definitely consume it. Okay, so that's all from the Copilot side of things, and we'll be moving to the next topic. So any further last few questions we can pick up and then quickly move to the Excel. Yes. Any questions? Okay, let's jump to the Excel functions. So this is a screenshot from my friend. He runs the this website called as Excel Jet. So if you need any information on Excel, then this is a very good website. He has created the screenshot. I will do a live session on Excel now. So the input is there any coffee shop around? And I'm using this function of translate, right? Direct into Excel. And I'm saying that these are your language codes. Translate it into Excel itself. Amazing, right? So now let's jump to the live demo of Excel. Yeah, maybe we can start with translate. So this is the word that I have mentioned. So I am fine. How are you? Okay. And here I can use the translate function. Simple. How you type it out is equal to translate. What is the text that I would like to translate? Comma. What is the source language? So I would say that the source language is English. EN. So why is it not? Yeah, now it is working. Then I would like to say which language I would like to translate to. So I can just say Hindi and close it, and it will go to the internet. This requires internet connection, and then translate it for me. So there are about 140 languages it supports. I can just mention those language codes here, 2-digit codes, and it will translate it for me. So this is Hindi, this is Bhojpuri, this is Gujarati, this is Marathi. So, yeah, so many Indian languages are also covered here. Awesome, right? We never thought Excel would be able to do it in just a formula fashion. Good to know. This is a fantastic opportunity available here to further automate things. So this is only for power users of Excel. So I've been using Excel, all the functionalities. Now we have power of Python right into your Excel functions. So this is not for everyone, but this is definitely a game changer for power users. So until now, we were restricted with Excel formulas, right? We cannot, if you would like to build something, then we had to go and write VBA code, right? There would be custom user defined functions, UDF. So next few minutes are not for everyone. This is more for power users, okay? But hear me out. And if you'd like to take a break for 2 minutes, this is the time to doze off. And I will wake you up, okay? So for power users, until now, we had an option of writing user-defined functions, UDF. And this was written in VBA code, Visual Basic for Applications, okay? So first, it's a dying language. Not everyone now understands VBA. And if I'm working with a very large data set, uh, VBA is not the right kind of thing. So and we have many people working upon large data sets, they are using Python, right? So if I'm working with say 10 lakh, 15 lakh rows item, then definitely I'll be using Python. So more and more people um, are learning Python than VBA. No one really loves to write VBA. It does not have code completion. It does not have versioning and many things. And there haven't been any update in VBA since more than 20 years now. So it is not able to use the modern hardware functionality and all those things. So it's a dying language. So that's why Microsoft thought that let's bring Python into Excel itself. So what it does basically is that I can write custom functions in Python and I can call them. So this was available some time back. Now what is available is I can write that custom Python functions and directly interact in Excel itself. So here I'll give you a very simple example. Okay. So I'll just show you here is equal to, I'll just say py. Okay. And it will create a Python formula. I'll just have to tab, right? Like I do for any function. I'll just do tab. And now this has converted into py function. And now I can write any valid Python functions. Going one step further, it has functionality of pandas and numpy built into it. So this is very powerful Python packages to work with large data set. And I can do AI ML predictions using these models. Okay. And this will be much faster than your Excel. So, and I can just to very simplify it, I can even create a list. So here, if you see, there's a bracket. Let me zoom in. Okay. Here you can see there is a bracket mentioned here, right? So what I am returning is Python values. Okay. So this cell does not return me data in Excel format. It returns the data in Python format. This is the same code that I'm writing here. Okay. You can see py square brackets 1, 2. What is the square bracket denotes? Array, right? Here what I did a small change is that I want to return it as an Excel value, but while here I was mentioning that return me as a Python object. Okay, this is powerful. So I can save the result in Python format, and then I can further utilize another function which will input my Python data and then make the changes. So this is the most performance intensive applications will require these kind of things so that it doesn't get converted into Excel, and then from Excel I have to again convert it into Python and use it. So if you have like data moving to 2 lakh, 3 lakh rows, this is critical. Now what I can even interact is here you can see I'm writing an Excel Python formula. This is py, it denotes, right? Then I can say reference XL. Now it is moving from my Python sandbox and calling an Excel function XL, which is fetching the value. And then I can say, get me the first value of that array. And answer is as 2. Now I have output it as an Excel value. So this is powerful. So if you are an Excel power user, go and do a more research on this. You will be finding it very much helpful. I have personally used with data frames, and it is really amazing. Where you would like to quickly calculate for a very large data set a dynamic value of your averages, group by functions in your data frame. Very good, amazing. So with that, we will keep it here to not bore everyone, but yeah, we will take a couple of questions. Sorry, if you can reframe it.
You showed me just Python function.
Correct.
But what is the main utility of the function?
So you are bringing a sandboxed Python version right into Excel. So all the powerful functionalities in Python are now available in Excel itself.
Oh,
So Python is a programming language specifically designed to work with large data set.
it can do any analytical work also.
Yes, yes, yes. That's the whole point, yes. Yes.
Even Power BI's can be used in Excel.
Yes, Power Query, Power BI was always there, but what it lacks is their performance. So I'm working with huge data, and it has to be calculating all those values for each and every rows, how I can make it more performance driven. So say suppose I have 2 lakh records and it has say suppose vertical sales data hai say 8 lakh rows ka. Okay, now I have a what I can do is I can create a pivot table vertical wise branch wise data, and I can calculate some value. That value can be calculated with only the things the pivot function available, right? Max, min, average, right? But I want to calculate something different. Say suppose a different way of standard deviation or correlation factor. Then what I don't have functionalities, it will not automatically update, right? Pivot table I have to do right click and then refresh. Now there are functions which are available in Excel, which I can create a pivot table using pivot by. New functionality, but ek ded saal ho gaya, so I'm not covering today. But I can create a pivot table using functions. What's the benefit? Every time the value changes, this pivot table changes, and then further I can do more changes upon that. Now, if this is a 8 lakh rows data, the Excel will keep hanging because it was not created to handle such a large data. And if there are more calculations involved in doing that, so say suppose there is a how you are determining what is the geography and all those things. Okay, so I have branch name. From the branch name, I'm identifying what is the city and all those calculations. There are multiple steps and then finally output, and it is running on 8 lakh rows. Then Excel is not the right tool for doing that. Then people move to Python, then they have to leave Excel altogether, right? Then I have to always take it as an input from CSV file, then run the Python scripts, and then again output Excel files. So that is eliminated. I can write Python code right into Excel itself. That's the use case.
Okay, so
Yes. It doesn't hang because Python is running as a separate sandbox. So if you recall in translate, when I was doing enter, maybe it will not do it again, but you saw that busy symbol. So it is doing all those things not on the main thread in Excel. So Excel will still be responsive. So it is doing everything in that sandboxed environment on separate thread. So now Excel is also becoming multi-threaded. So if you are using Excel in the past, and if you have added say VLOOKUP on a very old PC with a very large data set, you would have seen कि वो Excel थोड़ी देर के लिए freeze होता है, right? So Excel is always been single threaded. Another tip that I can share is if you are working with a very large data set, what you can do is always click on the shift button and then click on Excel. No, sorry, it was Alt icon. So I can go, I'll open Excel, I'll press hold Alt and then click on that Excel. Okay. Now it will ask me, do you want to start a new instance of Excel? So if you have 2 large files, open it in 2 separate Excel instances. So then it is utilizing one core, another Excel is utilizing another core of your PC, because that's how PC works. Ye PC mein I have say 8 cores. So each Excel will be working on different cores. So this speeds up things. So moving on to stock. Amazing, many things to cover, but I'll keep that momentum next. Yeah, any further questions? We'll move it. Yeah. So this is a amazing functionality if you are working with stock market. Okay. So we have many chartered accountants do work on some or another way, right? So there are always have been a point that if I want to do any analysis, I need to have first data into Excel, right? For stock market data. Now we have a function which will directly fetch all the information for us. Okay. So how do we get it done? I'll show you that later. First, let me show you that if I already have this, you can see here, this is a special data. You can see this icon besides that. Okay, let me just zoom in. Okay, so this is a special data. How to create that, I'll come to that later. I can go and say show me card. So it will show me the card and it will contain the information. Had it been a live today working, then you can see the price here. Okay, and it says that it is delayed by 5 minutes. Okay, that's good enough, right? Then I can go and say what is the price, from which exchange it is bringing that information, what is the official name, what is the last trade time, ticker symbol, exchange abbreviation, what is the change that has happened from the previous day, what is the change percentage, previous close, what is the currency trades if I have multiple currencies, open, high, low, 52 weeks, what is the market capitalization, what is the average, beta, many things. Okay, even a description is available if you would like to have a look. Further, it can even help me to get some information which you might not even have think of. Employee strength, that's a good factor to take into consideration. And oil and gas industry, all those things. Okay, now if I would like to add this as a column, maybe the column I am looking at is what is the open price. Okay, so I can just click on this and here you can see it has added another column. What is the open price? I can just say open price. And I can just open this file and it will recalculate every time. Amazing, right? This is my 52-week high and this is my thing that I'm getting it from another company. So I can just drag and drop it as a formula to fetch any information. Okay, this feature was available for quite some time. What new it has got is historical data. See, what I have done is here if you see the formula, I am expanding that formula. Okay, so A5 में जो भी information है, dot is that notation. Okay, and what information I would like to give. So you saw that अभी was refresh का icon आया था. It is going and refreshing it. I'm glad that I could show it today. Not every demonstration we see that green icons and see that good. And I'm saying that what information I would like to fetch. So I can say, okay, give me the open price. So I can just copy paste and get the information for other data as well. Correct. Open price na last latest last trading जब हुआ. हाँ, and if I want the trading का date, I can extract that trading का date as well. Correct. हाँ, वही बोल. अभी वो नया feature है. So this is what was available for some time. What is now is history. Okay. And this is what. So if you have seen Excel ka. This is called as fill. So earlier, I'm just giving you a little history and why this box is coming up. So few years ago, until few years ago, Excel mein whatever formula that you put in, the answer would have come into that cell itself. Everyone agrees? That's what we have been taught since our ages that we have seen Excel, right? But now Excel formulas spill the value to other cells. Okay, that's the beauty of Excel. So when they got this, few people were very excited, including me, because this opens up possibility to a very high level. Okay, this is that formula which will help you to appreciate that. So okay, so what this formula is doing, I'm telling that give me the stock history. Okay, so let us see what the formula looks like. So I can say what give me the stock history. What I have to do is I have to give it a stock. Okay, so stock is a special data type now. So in Excel we have a couple of data types. From that data types we can extract certain information. These data types, Excel provides few, we will show you that. And we can even create our own custom data types using Power Query. That will not be able to cover today. Just good to know. So stock history functions accepts first parameter as my stock. Okay, तो मैंने बोल दिया A5 में जो stock है उसका. Then I have to provide start date. Okay, and then second parameter is end date. If I only provide these three parameters, stock, start date and end date, then it will give me the information between that date, uska prices. Simple. End of the day, uske price kya tha? Simple. But if I want to give it further more customization, then I can say this further. What is the interval I would like to get? So say suppose I am doing a month by month analysis. So I can say instead of daily, give me weekly or monthly. Option available. Then I have whether I would like to have headers or I already have a headers. So isko 0 or 1 kar sakte hain. Okay. Then what are the other properties I would like to get? Okay. So let us see what are the properties I can get. First is date. See if I'm doing monthly, then the date would be end of that month. Then I can get what is the for that period. If I'm doing daily, it is the open of that day. If I'm doing monthly, it is the open of that month. Open price kya tha? Close price kya tha? What was the high throughout that period? What was the low for that period? And what was the volume? Amazing, right? So I can go and select sub मैंने select कर लिया. So it has given me for that particular stock ये dates के लिए because I have given that open and close date. यहाँ पर date defined है ना. Okay. For that day, what is the dates? Open, close, high, low, and what is the volume? Amazing. Now, if I would like to do analysis, I don't have to go and fetch the information. Everything available here itself. So I just need to change the dates because everything is formula. Na? So you would like to say that, okay, instead of 15th, I would like to see the data for 1st of March. So analysis becomes much simpler. Everyone? Yes. Now, how to convert that information into those data types? And so what I'll do is I'll open this. Okay. Let's go to data. These are the data types. Okay. So by default, Excel currently comes with stocks, currencies, and geography. So let us take an example. Okay. So if you don't provide any extra context, it will do its best to identify the information. Okay. So I can just select this data. I can go here and I will say that this is a geography. Okay. And it was able to convert it. Now I can say that, okay, give me more information about this Thane. So I would like to say, ये कौन से region के लिए है? What is the population, area, latitude, longitude, and other information. So I can just say leaders is new information. I was not aware this new thing. Right? Simple. And if I want to do a stock, so let us say this first time I'm trying it. Let us see if it is able to identify it. Stocks. Okay, so Iris Limited koi hai. What I prefer doing it, I would go to screener. Everyone uses screener or someone else? Okay, this is Iris Business Services. Okay, so here we have what is the ticket ticker or whatever name you call it. So I would like to copy it, paste it, and NSE word is already used by some another stock exchange. So here, whenever you want to refer to NSE, we have to add X here. So India ka NSE is X NSE, and then what is the what do you actually call it as? So stock ka code hai, right? Script code. So once I have added that, then you always get the right one. So if I can click on this stock, it will convert it correctly. Okay. At least Reliance के लिए used to कर रहा है. It automatically. Okay. And now it is looking at Bombay Stock Exchange. Okay. हाँ, क्योंकि इसमें bomb डाला XBOM. So this is how it works. Okay. If you would like to have specific, as I mentioned, you go NSE का data चाहिए तो X NSE colon stock code, and then it will convert it, and then you can get any information. So just to show you quickly, is equal to, I'll say stock history. I'll give it a stock. Then I would say what is the start date I would like to give. So it will be date. A year is 2025, comma, month is 3, comma, date is 1. Then I can just so if I just provide start and end date, it will give me this information. If I would like to have more information, I can go and give it other intervals. He gave me daily, show headers, and I want just say the close price. That's all. If I would like to see a date as well, so I will say first give me date and then give me the close price. So fully customize it. Yes. All those things. So for these no, that it cannot give. So you want to say कि stock exchange में से what was the highest traded script, right?
No, very high. There are number of things are very hard list. For example, Reliance is 10 lakh.
This is not live data, first of all. See, what it will not be able to answer is looking at all the data. It first you will have to specify कि ये stock के लिए मुझे ये information चाहिए.
So basically, when I look after the investment profile, so where I face a challenge of corporate actions, I need to update the management about the corporate actions, dividend bonus splits. So that kind of data can I get you?
No, not as of now. Maybe next year. Yeah. Yes. BSc NSC से ही information आती है, but underlying service is different. Underlying data is always coming from the stock exchange only. Otherwise, what's the base, right? But the service which is being provided, Microsoft have taken some third-party service, and then this is built here.
Currency
Available.
No. What is the base?
Same, no, Vasi. You can go and create.
On which base they will be derived?
I have to search. I have to check it out. अब Google पे search कर सकते. I have many things to cover. I'll just jumping to the next aspect. नहीं, see, RBI नहीं हो सकता information because it's a global solution. So we have how much time left? Okay. So yeah. So I'll have to quickly share some thoughts on prompting. This is generalized slides. So every time you have to prompt, just keep these in mind, so it will get you better answers. It's an art, so you learn it over a time rather than a science. So be clear and specific. Instead of telling me this, write this. I'm not getting into more details. But it's always good to know if you have listened to any of my seminars earlier. I always keep these slides. You take it home. If you are listening for the first time, refer it for the next time. Don't ask open-ended questions. Give more example or constraints. Break down complex queries. And if you are not happy with the first time, always go and iterate and re-ask the question. Okay. Moving ahead, what are the chat options which are available? Okay. See, there was one very aged gentleman I met a couple of months ago, and he asked me, see, I am 85, so can you just tell me in crux, what is this LLM about? I've heard it, I've used it, but I don't understand that when people say it has that knowledge cutoff. Okay. So can you help me understand it in very simplistic manner? So think of this way. AI companies have created a zip file of the vast knowledge which is available. Okay. So when I say this AI model is trained on 1 trillion token, so think of it as 1 trillion data points का एक zip file है. And वो zip file कब बनाया था? That is the knowledge cutoff date. Then you have कि that is training tokens, मतलब कितना knowledge के ऊपर मैं zip file कर रहा हूँ. Then you have model size. Model size is that size of that zip file. So if you compress the information more and more, what will happen is some information will go away. So that's all AI model is. Very large data set compressed together in a particular format. Okay. अब वो zip file जब बना तब का ही information वहां पर है. Okay. And there are many more AI companies who are coming up and creating these AI models, these zip files. You can also run these AI models on your PC. Okay. But we will not get into that. What I would like to talk about in next couple of minutes is what are the chat options which are available in the market. So this is good old popular one, which is ChatGPT. And all these AI models are now getting these two options in the bottom. That's what the trend we have been seeing in last 2-3 months. Then you have option of search and thinking. Okay. So until now, whatever you used to type and used to send it, the AI model would predict what should be the output of that answer. Okay. Based on the training data set, what it has seen people doing it. So this was good enough. But if I want to actually have problem solving, then what it has to do it has to break down that input and then think of the steps required to solve that problem and then finally give me the answer. That AI was not doing it. Hence we saw emergence of a thinking model. What this thinking model does it, instead of directly answering my question, directly predicting what should be the text, it will go and first iterate on what are the steps required. So it will go and first do that thinking and then finally answer it. So that's why you will have reason, think, all those parameters on the bottom. Why is it important to understand is that if I would like to reframe certain things, don't you use reasoning model. They will further deteriorate your answer. Use your reasoning models where you would like to have the deep thinking, where you have certain challenges, where you need one before step and then finally answering it. So only in those scenarios, you will be using the reasoning model. As I mentioned, these are zip files. So then you have a second option, which is web search. All these AI companies tools are now getting that search option. Because zip file तो कब एक बनाया था, उसके बाद का जो knowledge है वो अब तक नहीं मिला है उसको, right? So on top of that, they have told AI models to go and search on the internet and get the new knowledge and then answer my question. So if you are looking at recent data, then turn on that search functionality. So here also you can see these two buttons are available on ChatGPT. Next one, if you have been following the news closely on AI models, this caused NVIDIA stock to drop. This was the first open source reasoning model to be available, and now we have many. DeepSeek, very good popular model. So if you are not happy with ChatGPT, you go and definitely try this. This is amazing model, specifically on problem solving, which requires rewording के लिए नहीं. Okay, deep thinking. Okay, this is very good. If you want to use search functionality, or you would like to redraft it in more, I should say, nuanced manner. Okay, then my favorite is Grok, which is from Twitter X. Nowadays, Grok. The website is grok.com. Okay, this will have much more intelligent. In my experience of using it for last 3 months, I found this to be far superior than ChatGPT. So that's something I would like to share. Here also it has deep search and think. Specifically on the deep search, where it searches the internet, it will be able to generate reports which are far better than ChatGPT, because it also goes and search the information on Twitter, which has more information. Then if you would like to experiment, then you have labs.perplexity AI. If you would like to look at things, if you are looking at a very good capable OCR, okay, so that was the questions that we had, a couple of them. Then I found this to be much more capable on extracting the information. Chat.mistral.ai. If you've seen the benchmarks, if you're following it, then this has the highest score on the OCR side of things. So use chat.mistral AI. This is a French company. This is the Copilot which is available on the Bing itself. And if you like to search quickly, Copilot is available in the Windows itself. You just press Windows C, and which will help you to get this information. So that's all I had it on the few extra points and thoughts I would like to share. Now I'll quickly jump to the last section, where I would like to share some thoughts on how we can help you automate the tax litigation aspect. So let me just quickly. It will take about the next 5-6 minutes. Then we will take up final questions, and we'll wind up. So when we talk about tax notices, the major pain points are helping tracking the replies, whether you have replied the notices or not. How do we keep track of historical records? If we have received the first notice today, what was the historical notices that we have received from the department? Okay, specifically in case of GST, if you go to the tax portal, it will show you a long list of additional notices, right? So how do I ensure that the second notice and the fourth notice and the latest notice that I have received today, the 8th notice, pertains to the same case or not? So this is where this solution can help you. And if you are a listed company, if you are handling listed companies, because of LODR requirements, we have to inform the stock exchange of any material impact the notice may have. So how do we ensure that timely reporting? So that's why we have this automated tax litigation solution, where all that we need to do is put the user ID password, and it will fetch all the information from the tax portal, which covers income tax, GST, TDS, including compliance portal and reporting portal. A quick question: if there is one PAN, okay, how many places I would like to go and look at the notices? I'm not talking about PAN, only one PAN. For the sake of saving time, there are 7 places where we receive notices for a single PAN. E-proceedings, old compliance portal, new compliance portal, section 245 notices on the demand page, reporting portal, batches, as well as high value transactions. So there are 7 locations where one single PAN can receive notices. So it takes a lot of amount of effort if you have, say, 200 PANs, right? So 200 into 7, that's the number of pages you have to go and visit. And it is much more than that, because e-proceeding list does not show you which are the notices you have received recently. So you have to go to the each e-proceeding and open and see. So that's why there is always a need to have a visibility across all the entities that I have. So if you are managing say 300 PAN numbers or say 400 GST numbers, so this kind of a calendar will ensure that not a single notice is ever missed, because you have this dashboard which will remind you by way of emails as well that this is the notice which is coming up for reply, you haven't replied, and classifying it as whether replied or not. A pivot table on top of it, a reporting including Excel export, and showing the breakup. Like for example, even if I make the payment of entire 1 crore 43 lakh, still I will have to make the payment, right? Because the interest is calculated only till that cutoff period. So even if I make the payment, then the department will say, हाँ इसका भी interest भी लेके आ जाओ इस date से. So certain things we might miss is shown here. Help us to calculate, like see the history of notices. We have that extra functionality of tracking the target date, user description, responses, proceeding dashboard, tracking the refund status, what is the computed claim and paid refund readily available. And if you click on export, it will give you all the refund ka status in one Excel. The filed forms, AIS, 26AS, payments, grievances. Talking about GST quickly, demand notices. If you go and open a particular demand on the GST web page, there is no way to identify that this particular demand is because of which order. You will have to go to the multiple notices and figure out कि अच्छा हाँ ये notice की वजह से ये demand open है. And also, if you would like to know कि ये demand के against मैंने appeal किया है नहीं, again you have to go and search list of your appeals कि हाँ हाँ चलो ये, if there are 4 demands, you have to manually track कि every demand के against appeal हुआ है नहीं. But this solution will help you to automatically link those things together. So here you can see this particular demand. I can see what is the order received, and we have already applied for appeal. The notices, additional notices available. We use AI model, a machine learning model, to extract certain information. So in your PDF file, it will be mentioned officer ka naam, demand amount, the hearing date and time, venue. All this will be also be extracted. So here you can see the demand amount extracted from that PDF file itself. The dashboard to see that what is the latest status of that GST proceeding. So we have introduced the concept of proceeding in GST as well. So grouping them up together, and what is the last thing that has happened to that GST proceeding. So we have received the appeal order. Here we have received the show cause notice, something where the order is dropped. Submissions, all those things, electronic cash and credit ledger, liability, returns filing status. Specifically on the case of TDS, we have 31st March as our last date to revise the return for our very old tax returns. So on 7 से 13 तक पुराने पाप धोने हैं तो 31st March is the last date. Then there is no changes in your returns. Finalize and then only have to make the payment. So we will have to keep track of your demands. So this will help you to identify which are the old demand, as well as help you identify कि कितने challans हैं which are claimed and unclaimed. Yes. What is the claim status? उसमें कितना consumption हुआ है? All those things. So that's all I had to speak on the litigation tracking aspect. Just a few things. And if we have any questions, we can take it up and then wind up the session. Yes. 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 Yeah. It goes by the name Jamku Portal.
Can you just write the name and see?
What's the price of this software that we need to buy?
It will be bad on my part as a speaker to speak this on this dais. So any further questions on using GPT or AI or Excel functions, or if you find that okay, there's something else which is helpful, you can do share it with your fellow colleagues here. So I found Mistral to be good, yes, but all these tools are currently free. Yes. Yes, yes. You so most likely you will receive a photo, you can upload it, or if you receive a PDF file, right? Which will have 4 or 5 pages. Correct. Correct. Yes. So you can always use this to quickly convert. Yes. And if you have a small Excel, you can even take a photo in your MS Office on your mobile. It will quickly convert it into a table. I'll give you an example. The other day we had the attendance list. What happens is that in attendance sheet, we take a printout with the name and then you have A and B written. Okay, I'm talking about a seminar we had it at the Thana College. So we had the student roll number and name, and then we're absent, present, and their signature. So I saw that person who is typing it out, kitne present or absent. And if I type it out, there are 3 pages, right? Just take a photo and convert it into Excel. It just took 10-20 seconds on the mobile itself. And if you have couple of 2-3 pages, yes, always do that. Yeah, so that's been my time. Thank you, everyone.
Adarsh has given a very detailed and practical presentation. So, loud round of applause. Our great fellow vote of thanks. Deputy Convener is giving the final vote of thanks for this year.
Thank you, friend. Good afternoon. And जैसा कि कन्वीनर मैडम ने बताया है कि ये लास्ट चांस है मुझे वोट ऑफ थैंक्स देने का इस साल के लिए नेक्स्ट ईयर मिलेंगे तो थैंक यू कन्वीनर मैडम टू गिव सपोर्ट थैंक्स एक है कि तकनीक से जब ज्ञान जुड़ जाता है टेक्नोलॉजी से जब नॉलेज का संगम होता है तो कठिन से कठिन काम भी आसान हो जाता है एआई वर्ड एक्सेल और ऑटोमेशन के संग अब हर चुनौतियों का हल आसान हो जाता है Friends, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt word of thanks on behalf of our study circle for today's insightful seminar on drafting in MS Word using AI, Excel functions, and automation in creating litigation. I express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Sri Adarsh Madrecha ji, for sharing his valuable knowledge and practical insights. His session has enlightened us how to use AI-powered drafting, Excel automation, and litigation critical tools
can enhance efficiency, accuracy, and productivity in our professional work. ये हम सभी जानते हैं एआई का हमारी ड्राफ्टिंग को, हमारे फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट को व्यवस्थित करने में किस प्रकार से आसान और प्रभावी बनाता है। सर, आपके लिए इतना ही खाली है, मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि आपकी हर बात में गहराई थी, हर लफ्ज में था रूह, समझाया हमें तो बारीकी से नहीं। वाकई श्री आदर्श जी का मैं दिल से शुक्रगुजार हूँ, जिन्होंने एआई को दिखाई हमें नई राहों का भी। Please give them the floor. And also request you, जो टूल आपने बताया है वो हमारे मेंबर्स को किस प्रकार एक डिस्काउंटेड रेट पर कैसे मिले, वो आप व्यवस्था करेंगे। थैंक यू।